today for this committee's first markup in the 117th Congress. And I want to thank all of the members, as indicated earlier, for working collectively together. And right out of the gate, we are preparing a legislative item right at the heart of the responsibilities of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Strengthening our State Department by passing a bipartisan State Department authorization bill. That is why I have made it a priority as chair of this committee, and I'm honored to be its chair, to revitalize our depleted and demoralized State Department. Today's markup advances that mission with our consideration of a bipartisan State Department authorization bill, which I introduced with the ranking member who worked very hard on this with us, McCall. And it builds on years of work by members of this committee even before today. It should be striking to anyone who values diplomacy and the exercise of soft power that a State Department authorization bill has not been passed into law in nearly 2 decades. Authorization provides an avenue by which Congress can strengthen oversight as well as provide helpful and necessary directives to modernize and adapt our bureaucracy to the changing world. It is that critical link, like our military, and it is critical that we on this bill fully support our diplomats so that they can lead at the front and center of our foreign policy. Supporting the State Department and its workforce cannot, I repeat, cannot be an afterthought. It must and will be the central work of this committee. This bipartisan bill is the first of many such efforts we hope to make in the 117th Congress to ensure that the State Department is effective, resilient, and reflective of America it represents abroad. After all, the world has changed substantially since the beginning of the 21st century. Indeed, it's even much smaller. As we've seen, whether it's a pandemic or financial, it's a smaller world than when Congress last passed a State Department authorization bill. Our State Department must be modernized to reflect those changes. The State Department is so important. We hear in other committees, and I'm not jealous of other committees, but one of the things that I want to make sure is on this committee, the stature of this committee is heard, and the importance of the State Department is elevated, because the members of the State Department are American heroes also, just like many of our soldiers. The fact of the matter is, by strengthening the State Department and utilizing diplomacy, we hope to preserve the lives of our military so that they won't have to go into battle and into war. I now would like to recognize our ranking member, Mr. McCall of Texas, for any remarks he may have.
And thank you, Mr. Chairman, for those eloquent words.